Well, good evening, Southeast Texas. We'll take a look at our roofing 911 Skycam network up in Jasper. Of course, it's sponsored by Provalis. Some breaks in the clouds up there. Most of the area was overcast much of the day. We saw some breaks this afternoon. Some of the low-level moisture mixed out. We saw a little bit of sunshine, got into the lower 80s, and the clouds will fill back in tonight, though. And Lakes area, even this morning, you started out in the lower 70s. Jasper, Woodville, Newton, Spurger, a lot of the areas up there were in the low 70s. It's going to be just as warm tonight. It'll be windy and humid as well on our Roofing 911 Skycam network down in Port Arthur, sponsored by Market Basket. Clouds right back again. Like I said, we saw some breaks in the clouds this afternoon, but no, not tonight. It'll be overcast again tonight. Temperatures in the 70s for lows. And tomorrow we're looking at 80s again, probably low 80s. It's going to be a windy, warm, humid, mostly cloudy day, almost a repeat of today, but we'll have showers and thunderstorms beginning to develop in the afternoon and especially into tomorrow evening. Over in Orange, our camera there, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store. Overcast conditions, and we didn't think we'd see any rain today, and we didn't. A little bit less moisture at about 5,000 feet, but lots of clouds expected tonight, that's for sure. And it's not going to be just a triangle. We said before, up in the lakes area, you will be warm and muggy tonight as well into the low 70s. But changes are on the way. In fact, be interesting. We've been in the 60s for lows the last week and a half to 2 weeks. We'll be in the 40s for lows coming up by Friday morning. A big change in air mass coming up across Southeast Texas. Our Roofing 911 Skycam network, other camera here in Beaumont, sponsored by Packard and Prey. Overcast conditions, breezy, very humid, and temperatures right now running still in the middle to upper 70s across the area. It has been a warm day, that's for sure. And as that cold front moves in late tomorrow, we'll have a pretty good chance of showers and thunderstorms. Some of those could be pretty heavy, containing lots of lightning and some gusty winds as they work in late in the day. Looks like between about 5 and 8 p.m. will be our best chance coming up as far as timing of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow evening. Humidity, of course, very high. And outside our 12 studios, our camera sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. And it's been a windy day. You know, we've actually had some gusts today, over 25 miles an hour at times. So it's going to be windy tonight, windy tomorrow, head of our front. And it'll be windy out of the north with lots of sunshine on a Thursday. It'll be very spring-like. It'll be very fall-like Thursday and Friday. And then temperatures will actually start moderating as we head into the weekend, meaning it'll start warming up a little bit before another front comes in Sunday night. And the front coming in on Sunday night, got a little bit of punch to it. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. Your weather headlines: rain and thunderstorms late tomorrow. Much cooler Thursday and Friday. Warms up slowly through the weekend. Then another front, though, Sunday night. We'll have a very slight chance of a few showers with that. Not a big deal as far as coverages go compared to tomorrow's coverages for Sunday night. Temperatures right now mid to upper 70s across Southeast Texas, close to 80 in Jasper. Oh, lots of high clouds moving in from the southwest. Been a few showers way off to the northwest around Huntsville, back up into northeast Texas. That's a leading disturbance coming out of that upper low, which we'll show you over western Texas. That'll work across our part of the state coming up late in the day tomorrow. And that will give us that chance of showers and thunderstorms. And temperatures will be, as we said, a lot cooler. And Houston area, you're at 80, Conroe 82. You were in the mid 80s, by the way, this afternoon. Not quite record highs, but very close. Houston area, it was very warm, that's for sure. And we got one more day of that coming up for tomorrow. And across the rest of the state, man, it's spring-like, that's for sure. 80 in Houston, as we said, 80 College Station, 82 Dallas and Waco. Notice Abilene down to 61. They have heavy thunderstorms going on in western Texas ahead of that cold front and that upper level low, which we'll show you in a moment, spinning on satellite right around El Paso. That'll move eastward across the state tomorrow, giving us that good chance of storms late in the day. 90 down in Laredo. Well, they've had a hot spring down there. All right, rain tomorrow night, or late tomorrow, say between 4 and 8 p.m. Pretty good chance of showers and storms. Let's take a look at computer projections on rainfall totals with this system late tomorrow. Anywhere from a quarter to a half inch to an inch and a half. Now don't pinpoint just the exact number. Let's say, for an example, orange showing over half an inch. That doesn't mean that's what's going to fall in orange. Okay, 9,500s at Kirbyville. That doesn't mean that's what's going to fall at Kirbyville. It just gives us an indication that a half to an inch and a half of rain looks pretty likely across the entire area as the front comes through. And we need every bit of it too. Need as much rain still as we can get. Now once the front moves through, we'll have 50s for lows Thursday morning. A little bit of wind blowing there too. You'll need a light jacket not only Thursday morning, but Friday morning as well. We're talking 40s for lows. Low to mid 40s lakes Friday morning, mid to upper 40s in the triangle. That's quite a change we've had over the last couple of weeks, that's for sure. And this next front coming in looks like on Sunday night, by next Tuesday morning, we'll be in the low to mid 40s. So a front tomorrow night, then it'll warm up a little bit early weekend, then another shot of cool air comes at us. So winter saying, I'm not done just yet. There's that severe weather in West Texas. In the spin here, the upper atmosphere, that's upper level low. A lot of cold air aloft with an upper low, so things very unstable east of that front, right along the dry line in West Texas. Severe tornado watch is in effect there. San Angelo up to Oklahoma City, and it fired up. That'll stay away from us tonight and much of the day tomorrow. Stay off to our northwest and west. But as we get late into the day, which we'll show you here on Futurecast, the line of storms will move in here about 24 hours from now, give or take an hour or two. Quiet through the night, maybe a few sprinkles out toward Lake Livingston, maybe up toward Rayburn, a few sprinkles possible tonight. Notice throughout the morning, things pretty quiet. A little bit of drizzle though, and notice the showers and storms really start coming in between about 5 and 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. And the storms over the triangle. There's the actual cold front west of Houston, but as is always the case, or most of the time, most of the thunderstorms will be ahead of the actual cold front itself. That'll move on through, be east of the river about 9 o'clock. And there's the upper low, what's left of that. That'll come across late tomorrow night. Nothing severe with that. That'll just give us a little second shot of rain, maybe a clap or two of thunder after midnight tomorrow night. All right, marine forecast, exercise caution. Southeast winds up to 20 knots, some gusts to 25 to 30, not out of the question. Water temperature 76. Mostly cloudy, windy, warm, humid tonight. Low 70s. It'll be a warm night, that's for sure. And no real rain expected. Can't rule out a sprinkle, maybe up in the lakes area tonight, especially from Tyler County westward, but that's not going to be a big deal. Nothing really accumulating tonight. And for tomorrow, rain and thunderstorms late. 80% coverage lakes, 70 inland southeast Texas and the triangle. Of course, inland southeast Texas, the gray shading here. Votal, Sour Lake, Koontz, Lumberton, Silsbee, Buna, Deweyville. That's inland southeast Texas. There's the lakes and the darker shading. And of course, the triangle from Winnie to Orange, and then from